Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the options available in the System menu of your C3 MicroCloud. Remember that these options are only available to the administrator profile. First, we'll log into the system. Then we'll scroll down a little in the Options menu until we reach System. In this video, we'll explain each of its options, starting with Update System. When we click on this option, a screen will open as shown now. As you can see, there is a notification that there is a new version of the system to be updated. In this case, simply click on the button indicated to be directed to the Update System. A new tab will open, as you can see, where your C3 MicroCloud will automatically perform the system pre-update. It's important to note that this is not yet a version update, but a pre-update. As you can see, the packages that are currently being downloaded are shown in the progress bar. After this procedure, two buttons will be enabled. One for you to actually start the update procedure, and the other for you to return to your C3 MicroCloud screen. At this point, it is very important that you click on the Update button so that the latest version is actually updated. When you click on this button, the whole procedure will be carried out automatically. During this process, a progress bar will be displayed showing the percentage of the procedure that has been completed. When it's finished, you'll notice that the Update button is no longer enabled. So now is the right time to click on the button to return to C3 MicroCloud. Returning to the home screen and clicking on the Update System option again, you will notice that there is now a warning that there is no version that is more recent than the one currently installed. Before we go on to talk about this option in the System menu of your C3 MicroCloud, it's important to note that the system administrator and teacher profiles will also be able to check if there are any versions available to be updated via the Dashboard menu option. When you click on this option, this screen will open and, as indicated now, you will see the notification that there are currently no more updates to be carried out, as we have just carried out this procedure via the Update System menu. If there were, all we would have to do is click on this little box, which is now being shown, and the same update procedure as before would be carried out. Returning to our Update System menu, we are now viewing the details of the version that has been installed. It will tell you which version was actually installed, the date and time the update was made, and it will also show you the component package and its respective versions that were updated. Now scroll down to the next option in the System menu, which is User Management. This option can be found either in the menu on the left or on the main page itself, as shown. It will allow us to manage all the users in our C3 MicroCloud. We can register new ones, edit existing ones, delete them, manage user profiles, and so on. As this option of the system is vast and more detailed, there is a separate video that has already been made available, specifically detailing and exemplifying the entire user management procedure for your C3 MicroCloud. We strongly recommend that you watch this video. Moving on, we will now go to the System Maintenance menu option. Clicking on this option will open the screen so that we can enable or disable automatic system restart programming. If you click on Disable this automatic system restart schedule, just click on Save and you're done. There is also a Reset button next to it, which, when clicked, will reset the system to its default settings. However, when you enable the reboot schedule for your C3 MicroCloud, you can choose to do this on a monthly or weekly basis. Let's start by explaining the option to schedule reboots on a monthly basis. This means that every month your C3 microcloud will reboot. Specifically, we will be able to program here exactly what day of the month we want this to take place and also what time we want this reboot to be done. Once you have chosen the time, click on the Save button and the schedule will be saved. If we choose the weekly reboot option, that is, on a certain day of the week, every week, your C3 microcloud will reboot. In this case, we'll choose exactly the day of the week that this will happen and, as previously shown, we'll also choose a specific time for this to happen and then click on the Save button so that the C3 microcloud reboot schedule is saved. Next, we have the option of backing up your system. This can be found either in the menu on the left or on the main page itself, as we are seeing it. When you click on it, this page will open and you'll have the option of creating a backup to be saved on your device, or creating an external backup to be saved, for example, on a USB stick, or you can import external data into our C3 microcloud. We'll start by explaining how to create backups. This procedure is very simple. When you click on this option, this box will appear. It will calculate the available disk space for this procedure. Then this options box will automatically open. In it, we will enter the name of our backup and also choose whether this backup will be a partial backup of the data or a full backup of all the data in your C3 microcloud. Here in our example, we have chosen a partial data backup. In this case, we will choose which types of data we want to back up. It will calculate how much space it will require from your system and how much available space you still have. Next, we'll click on the button for this backup to be created and the whole procedure will be carried out automatically. As we can see, during this procedure we are informed that the desired files are being compressed. Then we automatically return to the main backups page. You'll notice that we now have all the information about the backup that was carried out, i.e., name, type of backup, which in our case was a partial data backup, what data was copied, the date it was created, and also how long ago it was, calculated from the current date and time when the user is accessing it. In addition, information on the size of this backup and the source will also be displayed. In the case of our example, this is a backup that was saved locally. We will also have the option, via the button shown now, to restore the data from this backup to C3 microcloud again. In addition, as shown by the subsequent buttons, we can also download this data or delete the backup that was made. We also have the option of creating a full or partial backup of the data and saving it on an external device, such as a USB drive. Clicking on this option, in this case because there was no USB device connected, displayed the warning. Then, when the USB device is connected, we will again click on the option to create a backup for the USB device. Space will be calculated, in this case no longer on the disk, but on your connected USB device, for this backup to be made. Afterwards, a box will open containing information to be filled in, such as name, type of backup to be made. In our case, we have again chosen a partial backup, the device, which is now a USB, and its name. In addition, we'll tell it what types of data from our C3 microcloud we'd like to be backed up, then click on the button to create it. Again, you will be shown the warning that the files are being compressed and moved to the USB stick. Here you will also see a progress bar for this procedure. At the end, in the same way as before, it will return to the main backup page, now showing the data of the backup we have just made, such as name, the type made, Again, in our example, we have made a partial backup of data, but now we have chosen to copy only the contents, the date it was made and the time, the size and the source, which is now on our USB device. By default, we can restore this backup, download it, or delete it. Finally, we also have the option of importing an external backup. In this case, by clicking on this option, we will subsequently indicate where on our device this folder containing this external file is saved. Then we will click on the Open button and the file will be checked. The process of importing the external backup will then be carried out automatically. Within the Systems menu, we also have the kiosk. This option can be accessed via the menu on the left, as shown, and will allow us to duplicate the image of our C3 microcloud on another screen. We recommend enabling this option, as shown on the screen now, in case we want to project the image of our C3 microcloud onto another screen in the future. We'll just choose the browser and the address it will open. We also have the option of hiding the address bar when it duplicates this image of the C3 on another screen. So, in this case, it would be hiding this address bar, as is indicated on the screen now. Finally, within the Systems menu, we also have the Licenses option. Clicking on it will open this page and provide us with a lot of information. First, as indicated on the screen, we have the information on the current version installed, followed by the license number of our C3 microcloud. Then we see information on the type of license, as well as the expiration date of the support contract. A little further down on our page, we also have a description of the end user license agreement, EULA, detailing to the user that by using C3 microcloud, they agree to be bound by the terms of this agreement. Critical Links thanks you for your attention.